Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the Alex Hitchins experience, where we believe facts over feelings, truth over lies, and truth, justice, and integrity is how you move a country forward. Tonight, I want to bring up something that's plaguing, and I need to go back to something I said. So I need to tell you to take a look at this video. Remember when I said this? We are living in a society where people of intelligence and rational thinking are forced to keep quiet because of the cancel culture and all the things that go on because people are afraid to speak the facts. And I'm here to say I want to build a coalition of people who say enough is enough. Stupidity needs to go. So I was talking about, and the title of that video was, "We Can't Let Stupidity Rule." And I was saying that people of intelligence and logical thinking are being forced to be quiet to make stupid people feel comfortable. And I said I'm building a coalition, which I will talk about later, that we need to get together to stomp out this stupidity. And the reason why I said it was because I was talking about something that happened during our confirmation hearing. And I was talking about this.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah,
I can't.
you can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe the meaning
biologist.
Now, as you notice, she was asked, give a definition of the word woman. And she says, I can't. I'm not a biologist. Let me get this straight. You are a woman because you do have children, okay? And you're telling me you're about to be in the Supreme Court and you can't give a definition of what you are. That's stupid, okay? And to me, she should have been disqualified the moment she said that stupidity. But for some reason, the powers that be and the other stupid people around nominated her. She's now on the Supreme Court making decisions on law that's going to affect our lives. Yes, that stupid response. And I don't care to figure out what else is stupid, but that was not necessary. That's what she did. So I don't understand what's going on. But now this stupidity, like I said before, if you let it rain, becomes a problem. Like I said, I can deal with one idiot. I can deal with maybe two idiots. But when you get 10,000 of them, it starts a movement, and that stupidity spreads. And before you know it, the people are acting without any kind of common sense. And it's come full circle. Reason why I said that, because I knew it was going to happen. Check out this. This is now the Women's National Basketball Association. So I meant WNBA. So what happens is, I'll let you hear the clip for yourself. This is what she said, and I can't believe she said it.
I am not a biologist. How can I be expected to define what a woman is? If you think you know how to tell the difference between a man and woman, please speak up.
She just said that she's not a biologist. How is she supposed to define what a woman is? And if you can do that, speak up. Wait a minute. Isn't she a woman? So she's telling me she doesn't know what she is. This is where stupidity has gone too far. And this is what I was talking about. When you let stupid people get in power, this is the nonsense that happens. This is the stupidity that permeates our culture. You're telling me you can't tell the difference between a man and a woman. If you really can't do this, you definitely don't need to be in the position you're in. I'm sorry. A 5-year-old can tell a difference. Okay? And here's where it gets even interesting. I've made this analogy before. I'm going to give it to you guys again. 2 tigers in a room, male and female. How do you tell them apart? Tell me. 2 tigers in a room, male and female. How do you tell them apart? Yeah, when you can answer that, which I'm not going to because I know you can, on the comments, please answer, because I want people to realize that we're not stupid, but the people in power are stupid to let this thing continue. So check this out. After you answer that simple question, now here's my analogy to you. Tigers are mammals. And how you were able to differentiate the two, we are mammals. So we can be differentiated the exact same way. What's the difficulty here? What's the hard part? So we're letting stupidity reign. This is stupidity. Somebody says to you, I think and I feel like a woman. Has no biological evidence to support it, nothing scientific to support it, but we must take it as fact. So all of a sudden now, I, today, can say that I'm a woman. And they would have to say, yes, he is. Look at me. Really? So that's the problem, but it gets even worse. Okay, because they're not understanding where are the feminists who's supposed to be looking out for the safety of women. Where are they? Because now predatory men can pretend to be women, go in women's spaces and harm real women. Where's the outcry for that? So feminists, you guys were lying from the beginning. You underline patriarch people because you don't, not helping women. You're not speaking out. I don't see any feminists screaming, this is nonsense. None of you, which shows your hypocrisy, foolishness. And everybody that believed the feminists, now you've been known, you've been played. I've been telling you that from the beginning. Now the facts are not in front of you. I've not been lying. Feminists are not out to help women. They just want control. That's it. Simple as that. And now you see what's going on. Because if feminists really want to help women, this thing about I feel like a woman and I am, all of a sudden goes true. Now, if this concept is real, and if this concept is so scientific, it can be used across the board. You said to me, I need no scientific evidence, no scientific data, no biological thesis to say I'm a woman and be accepted. I need none of that. So why can't the same concept work if I say I feel like a 6-foot white guy? Did I change? Am I 6 foot? Am I now Caucasian? Did it happen? But they're telling me I can't do that. But they can sit there and tell me a man could think as a woman and it must be accepted. Do you see the stupidity of this whole argument? The illogical nature of this foolishness? And we have grown women agreeing with this foolishness, which means they don't care about your safety. Okay? Men will always be men. They can never become women. Fact. Nobody can argue that scientifically with me. You can bring scientific data how a man can turn to a woman. Let me see it. I do understand surgeries and outward appearance can be changed to appear like a female. That's scientifically plausible because you can cut and shape all you want. However, if you go down to the cellular level, the very DNA says male. And no matter how much you augment the outside, still a man. Same thing for the other direction. A woman will always be a woman, no matter how much she takes testosterone, grows hair, whatever you want to do. DNA, all the way down to a cellular level says female, and you cannot change that, no matter what you do. And the purpose of having a man and a woman is so our species can procreate and move forward. Okay? That's how it works. 2 men can't do it and 2 women can't do it. You need one of each. That's just science. So when somebody gonna tell me a man can get pregnant, I'm gonna laugh in your face and tell you have a nice day because you're an idiot. Because that's stupidity. Because no man can get pregnant. As a matter of fact, every single human being on this planet was born through a woman. Fact. Refute that with science. I love to see it. Okay? And every single woman that got pregnant was impregnated by a man. That doesn't change. There is no third person in it done. There's 2, man and woman. You can argue that, you could even want to fight me. And here's what's going to happen next. They're going to say, what I'm talking about is hate speech. It's not hate speech, it's science. You can do all these things as long as you don't infringe on the rights of somebody else. The moment you make a law saying I have to agree with your delusion, that's infringing on my right to say I have science behind me, 200 years of biology behind me, and everything else to back up my claim. All you have is I think, I believe. Those are all emotional ideologies that can switch with the wind. So no one can come to me and scientifically tell me A man can become a woman. Impossible. A woman can become a man. Impossible. Okay? And that you don't know what a woman is, that's stupidity. Okay? If you don't know what a woman is and you are a woman saying this, you don't need, your right to vote should be revoked. You shouldn't be able to vote because that's stupidity all by itself. Because yet, you're telling me you don't know what a woman is, but last election, let's vote for Kamala Harris. Why? Because she's a woman. Wait a second. Let me get this straight. You can't define what a woman is, but when Kamala Harris was running for president, vote for her because she's a woman. Pick your choice. Which one is it? Do you know or you don't know? I find it stupid. And this is where people are losing their mind because stupidity, it can spread. You hang around enough stupid people, it will rub off on you. I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. This is where I'm coming from. And it's not hate speech, it's science. When you can come to me with scientific data to back up your argument, then we can have a conversation. But until then, all I've seen is what you think, what you believe, and I'm supposed to take what you think, what you believe as fact of science, which knows scientific backing. And you're telling me to trust the science. Well, my question to you is, where is the science? Please tell me. Here's a grown man, beard, mustache, a wig, and lipstick. All his male genitals there, and he says I'm a woman. I'm supposed to go, oh, yes, he is. No, he is not. Simple as. Get mad if you want, but these are facts. And how can you call facts hate speech? But you're going to be somebody out there who's going to want to jump on the feed and go to the platform and complain, oh, he's talking hate speech. I don't hate anyone. I do hate stupidity. I can't tolerate foolishness, but I deal in facts, logic, and data. So when you can bring me facts, you bring me logic and data to back up your argument, I should say, then I can say, all right, let's talk about this. But for what I'm seeing, all you guys are doing is manipulating and talking foolishness, and stupidity is running the show. And my coalition I spoke about, yes, a coalition I want to build. I'm working with the founder of, it's called Legacy Builders Alliance. Legacy Builders Alliance is a coalition of people who think the same way, who want to build better homes, better communities, stronger individuals, and be able to make changes. And as our numbers grow, we can now create that alliance and say, we don't tolerate this. And we can say it needs to change. And as long as our numbers are big, we can have leverage. So that's why I need you all to go to the website. Okay. Membership is free. Sign up to Legacy Builders Alliance. Sign up. If you want to donate, it's a 100% nonprofit organization, and anything you donate will be 100% tax deductible. So go for it. I joined up. Join up, become a member. And if you want to donate, fine. But my thing is, once the membership grows, can you imagine 2-3 million people having the same voice saying, this is stupid, get it out of our Congress? You know what kind of power we can have? But that's what I'm trying to build. So, until next time, stay focused, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next conversation.